Hello, Matt and Ryan. I'm going to show you how to make my version of sourdough bread. The first step in making the sourdough is to bulk up your starter. And so I'm going to show you how I go about doing that. I'm going to do it using measurements of volume instead of weight. And I think you'll see how to get day one taken care of. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to take a cup of flour, roughly, loosely packed, and then a half a cup of water. This is the part that'll be most interesting for you as you go about making the bulk up starter. So half a cup of water, cup of flour, and I begin working it together. You'll see how it's coming together. It's a little bit sloppy in the middle where the water is incorporated into the flour, but then gradually you'll see that there's a bit of flour remaining around the edge that I can't quite get it in. If that happens, then we just add just a little more water, not much. A tablespoon would be a great plenty. And then I'm going to work this until it becomes kind of smooth. And you'll see that it has kind of a rough texture right here, but as I work it, it becomes smooth. Now I'm using a metal fork. This is the only step where metal touches the dough that I'm making. It really incorporates the flour and the water nicely. Get the dough off the fork. Now no more forks. From now on, it's only wooden spoons. This is my starter that was in the refrigerator. It begins to get a kind of a gray liquid on top after it's been in the refrigerator a while. It has a nice hoochie smell to it. So what I'm going to do is to get a big glop, as much as I can get onto my spoon. That's a big glop. Pour it in there, and now I'm going to mix this together. You can see how the starter itself is starting to incorporate into the flour and water mixture that we started with. And you'll notice too that it's becoming a little smoother. Then we're going to take this and transfer it to a closed plastic container. You might have a glass container. We don't want metal, so no metal lids. And I'm going to put it right into this little plastic container that has a lid on it. The reason we want a lid is because if your house is like ours, there's fruit flies. Fruit flies will land right in your sourdough, and they will affect the organisms that are growing in there, and you can't control the taste when you have fruit flies landing in your sourdough. So the lid goes on. That's it, and we're done with day one's task. Now I'm going to set this off on the counter. I'm going to show you what you'll need for day two. For day two, you need a large bowl, a wooden spoon, some kind of a lid to put on the bowl. It could be saran wrap. That's it. Day two is coming up tomorrow at this time, whatever time you happen to be watching. You want to be looking for 3 consecutive days where you know that at a particular time you can be available on those 3 days. We're not talking about a long period of time. This only took a couple of minutes. But we're talking about 3 consecutive days to make good sourdough bread.